So I am broadcasting live 2 hours a day, not like in a row, not 2 hours in a row, but at different points of the day. I'll broadcast a little bit here, a little bit there to amount 2 hours. I need 3,000 watch hours. I need 3,000 watch hours to monetize my content. So instead of paying for OnlyFans content, I think people should subscribe to people's channels where they can learn something. I teach languages. I teach literature. And I have extensive experience in living abroad and also share here on this channel. So I feel like this is more valuable and decent than an OF campaign for having romantic encounters. And I'm using a euphemism here with 1,000 people, for example. Instead of paying for that content, watch educational content for free. Learn how to be a decent human being by avoiding that disgusting pornography. And just use your time learning a language, for example. Discuss literature, traveling. That's a lot better. Good morning, viewers. Subscribe to decent content for free instead of spending money on OF. This morning I watched an interview with that girl, Bonnie Blue, who was deported from Australia or banned from Australia or something. Oh my God. She has broken the record, and she has apparently slept with 1,057 men in a day. Other girl, Lily Phillips, was supposed to do it now in February, but then Bonnie Blue jumped the gun and, jumped ahead of her. One said. So I got a question yesterday. Somebody messaged me. Well, they left a comment. I reckon they didn't want to subscribe, so they left a comment. And they asked me, so are people in Norway still wearing masks? Is it still common for... Listen, I am not trying to do what everyone else is doing. I am trying to stay healthy. Catching a cold, catching the other virus, or catching anything that's going to keep me away from work is not an option for me. As a person of color, living in Norway, trying to keep my job and do it the best way possible, I'm better off not missing work. So I'm trying to. Funny thing a lot of people don't know is in Brazil, when a person has a cold, you're not considered sick. Sick, S-I. CK. They're not considered sick. I had to stop for a minute because I'm pulling my cord. I have a lot of cords attached to me right now, like my headphones and my chargers. I was pulling the cords around that. S-I-C-K. So in Brazil, if you ask someone who has a cold, are you sick? They'll say, no, I'm not sick. I just have a cold. Because having a cold in Brazilian culture, you're not really sick. You're sick if you have chicken pox, or if you have the plague, tuberculosis, something like that. A cold does not qualify as being sick. But here in Norway, it does. A lot of people will have a cold and they aren't able to come into work. There is something going around right now that a lot of people are getting sick from. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. That is a popular way for people to stay home and other types of infections. So I don't want to catch anything. I want to stay healthy, so I wear a mask. Not all the time, but in public transportation, where I'm most likely going to catch something. Subscribe. And then we can chat one day when I'm doing like a subscribers chat.